Question 12. Here is an L-shaped garden where you've been given the following lengths of some of the sides. You are being given, or you are told, that the area of this garden is 80 square meters, and you're being asked to show that 6x squared plus 3x minus 87 equals 0. Now, in any show question, what you're being asked to show is your answer. So for this, 6x squared plus 3x minus 87 is our answer, which means that where we start from and the stuff we do is to get to that answer, which means we're not going to use that and we're not even going to look at that again until we get to our answer. So for that purpose, I'm going to score this out just now because we're not even interested in that. That's what our answer is going to look like. What we're interested in is what's in the question and what we've been given, which I've highlighted in pink here. This question has lengths of an L shape where you don't know what x is, and we're being given that the area of this garden is 80 square meters. So that means that the area of all of this is 80. So we're going to create an equation, or we're going to figure out how we would get the area of this L shape, and we're going to set it equal to 80, which means finding the area is where the meat of this question comes in. Now, there's many ways you can break this L shape up in order to find its area. One of the ways, you could find the area of this large rectangle here and take away the area of this small rectangle here. One of the ways is you could find the area of this blue rectangle here and add this red rectangle here. You could also find the area of this blue rectangle here and then add this red rectangle here. It doesn't matter which of those methods you use. As long as your answer is accurate and as long as you end up with what we're supposed to end up with down here, then you know you'll have done it right. So for the purposes of this, when finding the area, what I saw straight away was I would break up the L shape into two pieces like so. So that's what I'm going to show for this particular way, otherwise this video would get very long. So for finding the area of this, I'm going to label these parts 1 and 2. Finding the area of 2 is pretty straightforward because of the fact that our length and our base and our height match our rectangle. So 3x minus 1 in a bracket times 2x plus 1 in a bracket is going to give us everything that we need to find the area of 2. So we have 3x times 2x, we're going to have a 3x times x, minus 1 times 2x, and a minus 1 times 1. And I'm just going to finish simplifying this just now before we then look at the other one. So that there takes care of this area here. The other area is a little bit trickier. We have been given this distance of x minus 3. So we've got that part of the area of 1, but we don't have the height of this rectangle. This distance here we have not been given. So we've got a little bit of work to do in order to get that. Now, the height of the whole of the shape is 2x plus 3, and the height of this part is 2x plus 1. So what we're looking for is actually the difference between these. We have a 2x plus 3, and we're going to take away a 2x plus 1 in order to find the height of that. What will happen is, I didn't technically need brackets here at the beginning, but I did need brackets here because this negative is going to apply to both of these terms, giving us a minus 2x and a minus 1. And when the dust settles there, what we actually end up with our height here is 2. So our area of 1 is actually going to be 2 times this, which is quite nice. It's going to give us a 2x take away 6. So the area of 1 we have now got, the area of 2 we have now got. The equation itself, from where this 6x squared and change is going to come from, is area of 1 plus area of 2 equals 80. So from that, we substitute in area of 1. We have 6x squared plus x take away 1. We have area of 2. I've actually got these the wrong way around. Our area of 1, sorry, is 2x minus 6. Our area of 2 is 6x squared plus x take away 1. And then that equals 80. Now, there's only a couple of steps left in order to get what we need here. By now, we should be spotting the fact that, look, we've got a 6x squared, so we've got that part right. We've got our plus x plus 2x, which is going to be where this plus 3x comes from. But there's one thing that's missing, because when we collect like terms on the left hand side, we don't have that minus 87. We have a 6x squared plus 3x take away 7, and we have this equals 80. And the one slight difference between what we have here and what we need is we need a 0. We need there to be nothing on one side, which means that 80 has got to go. And in order to make that 80 disappear, we take 80 away from both sides, and that minus 7 minus 80 is where this minus 87 comes from. So after that step, we can then simply write down what the question was asking us to show, and that's us shown it. Part B is where we're actually going to solve it, because part B is asking us to work out the value of x. So in order to do that, we're going to solve this. We know that it's not going to factorize nicely because of the fact that it says correct to 3 significant figures. So we know we're going to use the quadratic formula here. Now, if you weren't able to do part A, you can still do part B, because that's the kind of design behind show questions, is that they give you the answer so that you can do later parts of the question. So using that quadratic equation, we're going to solve that using the quadratic formula in order to get our answers here. So we, well, in order to get our answer here, notice how it says the value of x, and your answer correct to 3 significant figures. We'll come back to that about why it's only one answer. But yeah, our A is 6, or we have a 6x squared. Our B is 3, because we have a 3x, and our C, being careful, is a negative 87. So I'm going to quote the quadratic formula before plugging in all of our values here. So when I'm substituting, I'm always using brackets, but we especially need that for our C. So we have a negative 6 plus or minus 6 squared minus a 4 times 3 times a negative 87 all over 2 lots of 6. Now we get two answers here. When we use adding as our answer, we're going to end up with x is going to equal 3.56608. When we use the subtraction, we're going to end up with x equals negative 4.06608. And then coming back to this whole value of our answer, if we actually look at the question, we have x's. X's involve lengths. Every single one of these terms to do with lengths all involve x's. So if we actually look at what we have here, two answers. One is 3.57 if we do it to 3 significant figures, and the other one is minus 4.07, correct to 3 significant figures. But I ask you this, how do you get a negative length? The answer is you don't. So we rule out that answer because of the fact that lengths can't be negative, and we only take the other one. Therefore, our answer for x is 3.57, correct to 3 significant figures. Done.